to see me, just a cage of bones. There's nothing inside. Will it unleash me, burning down the walls? Is there a way for me to break? I'm a shapeshifter at Post Masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, have no face to show. Please don't take off my mask, my disguise.
Hi, cuties. Hi, Whoopi. Hi, Maddie. How are you guys doing on this lovely, actually, Tuesday evening? How have you guys been doing today? Can you hear me okay? Does the game sound okay? I feel like two. Like two Maddies. I'll start Fire Red in a minute. I was trying to freaking, you know, go ahead and put out the stream on Blue Sky and Twitter and everything. And Blue Sky was being, like, super laggy. Guess it's that old vibes-based coding hitting again. Oop, come back. You can hear me good? Awesome, I'm glad. All right. Yeah, I asked you how the game sound when no actual audio coming from the game was happening. Great job. Last time we took down Giovanni's Nidoqueen with our Venusaur and won handily. We also evolved Seltzer. Now he is a Raichu. I do like the fact that, you know, every playthrough of like Fire Red and Leaf Green starts with the you know, last time on Dragon Ball Z kind of thing. But it is kind of funny to me what it decides to actually show you. It's just like, yeah, you put some stuff in the PC, you moved your Pokemon around. It is a cool feature, though. I wish more games had something like this when you start them up. Especially if you're starting up a game you haven't played for a while. But yeah, today I wanted to focus on getting some badges. Oop. Okay, I forgot I left it on Los Angeles mode. There we go. Back, sorry, the little mister was demanding pets. Very understandable. Sometimes the baby gotta be babied. How are you doing today, Whoopi? Okay, let's take a look here. So we've got between Koga, Sabrina, and Blaine next. Well, to get to Blaine, we'd have to beat Koga, because that's the badge that gives you Surf. You know, actually, I think let's go ahead and do Koga first. Just vibing after work. I have been super out of it all day. Yes, I know I can just fly to Fuchsia, but I feel like running. For now, I'll probably fly in like a minute or something. Also trying to remember if there's anything else I wanted to get at like the Pokemart or whatever. Let's go ahead and fly over to Fuchsia. Oh wait, actually, thinking in the brain. I wonder if I've done enough steps for any of these berry spots to regenerate. Nope, I never fought you? Ho ho ho, I have never lost! Points at screen, Gamer. Gamer Dirk. You know, it was actually not until much later in life that I found out that Dirk was like a name. Because the only time I had ever heard it is in Final Fantasy VI, in the original Super NES localization. The little starting knives are called Dirks. So which came first, the name of the knife or the name of the guy? If someone named Dirk just kind of like, you know, leaves a place you're at, you're like, no more Mr. Knife Guy. The egg. My first loss! We know all about eggs in this chat. You were just lucky, that's all. Whatever you say, gamer. I thought there was a berry spot around here. Well, at least I fought Dirk. Alright, now let's go ahead and fly over to Fuchsia. Oh, you see, I'm so used to Crystal because it puts the HMs over summary on the menu. I'm trying to think here, because if I remember correctly, the first guy in Koga's gym starts with like a level 38 Hypno. So I think V8 would be the play since he's got Bite.
Yo, champ in making! Fuchsia City's gym's a tricked up place. It's riddled with invisible walls. Koga might appear close, but he's blocked off. You have to find gaps in the walls to reach him.
If you can actually very faintly tell where the invisible wall tiles are, because they actually have white dots around the very edge of the tiles. Like on the four corners.
Strength isn't the key for Pokemon. Do you understand this? Pokemon's about strategy. I'll show you how strategy can beat brute strength.
Yeah, I have a strategy. It's called click super effective moves until all your Pokemon faint. Juggler Caden sent out Hypno. Hello, Big E3618 playing Dead by Daylight. Ha, get flinched. That's the other part of the strategy. RNG hacks. Ha! Double flinch. Best poison type. Hypno's definitely a top 10. Oh my god, 3 flinches. Ha, get hosed. Gosh, I'm such a good Pokemon trainer. I trained my Vaporeon to flinch you 3 times.
What? Extraordinary!
Like, if I had fought this guy on TCG Pocket, he would not be giving me a thanks after that battle.
So you mix brain with bronze. Good strategy. It's remarkable for a child trainer.
Okay, apparently everyone just thinks I'm a kid.
Let's see you beat my special techniques.
Juggler Nate. Nate wants to battle? Oh, hey, it's one of my other favorite poison types. Drowsy. It's that youthful skin. I actually need to get back on my skincare routine. I've been kind of slacking because I've been so tired the last couple days. Aurora Beam, hell yeah. Oh, we got 3 different types of coverage now. Sorry, Helping Hand. You were helpful while you were here. Actually, I don't think I used it once. I think I used it in exactly 1 double battle. Kadabra! I've replaced my skin with clovers. They're better for the environment and way less work. Oh yeah, they made Okami and Beautiful Joe, right? Me too. I used to use that silly cool exfoliating cream. I need to use the cool exfoliating cream I bought. See, that's the thing. I need to actually like plunk down and buy some of the nice stuff and just really get my skin all sparkly.
You had me fooled. I like poison and sleep techniques. They linger after battle.
But if you're done battling the person, why does it matter if it lingers or not? After that point, you're just kind of being a jerk. Will we fight any poison types in this poison gym? Let's find out. Let's go V8! Clap, clap, clap. Hi, Cole. How are you doing on this lovely Tuesday evening? It's actually Tuesday.
I was a magician once upon a time, but I dreamt of becoming a ninja, so I joined this gym.
Getting a crisp 6 hours of sunlight a year does wonder. Kirk. We got Dirk, now we got Kirk. So far, we're at 0 for 5 out of poison types, or 0 for 4. This is the 4th Pokemon we fought. Now we need Durd and Curd. Well, yeah, Curd and his twin brother, Wei. It's another Drowsy. Doing well. How are you? I've been pretty kind of like tired and out of it a little bit today, but I think it's just my body's still not adjusted to the temperature spike, which is fine because it's going to drop another 20 degrees in a couple days. Kadabra. I'm sorry, Kadabra's freaking voice acting in the first generation anime is just so ingrained into my brain. It just like comes out. I'm very sorry. And another Drowsy. Gosh, V8's gonna get overleveled just biting all these yellow motherfuckers. You know, it's interesting because now I definitely associate, like, pink with psychic type. Because, you know, like, they give all the types their own colors. But I used to associate it with yellow because I so strongly associated psychic with Hypno and Alakazam back in Gen 1. I even thought, like, when I was playing the trading card game, I thought it was weird they chose purple instead of yellow for psychic. But, like, it makes more sense now because yellow is definitely the electric type color.
I'm done for! Even though I lost, I'll keep training according to the teachings of Koga, my ninja master.
Currently outside, so my Pepper can go to the bathroom, and it's nice seeing some of the flowers blooming. Twitch, how dare you not notify me of the mouse's stream? It's only been like 15 minutes, Rain, so it's not been that long. But don't worry, apparently Twitch doesn't notify people of anything anymore. Cole peeing outside. Just make sure to like have some hand sanitizer or wash your hands afterward.
I also study the way of the ninja with my master Koga.
But how are you doing on this lovely Tuesday evening, Rain? We just bit a bunch of psychics in this poison-type ninja gem.
Ninjas have a long history of using animals.
Tamer Edgar with an Arbok. The first poison type, let's go. Oh wait, that means I should actually switch out V8. Poison type hype, and Zinx can come here, who's also predominantly yellow now that I notice it because of the hair. Done a whole lot of nothing today. I kind of feel that. I've been really out of it today too. And a Sand Slash. The longest drought of seeing no poison types in Kanto so far is at the beginning of the Poison Gem. Been bouncing between Champions, Risk of Rain 2, and Final Fantasy XIV. Ah, the Rain staples. Environmentally endowed. It's true, I'm surrounded by environments. Awoo! There's a she-wolf in the closet. The Rain trifecta.
I still have much to learn.
Doop-de-doo. Okay, I kind of want to move V8 out of the lead position, but I don't know if I'm actually going to encounter... Is it going to be Psychic again? Basically all I play. It's not all you play. You do touch a few of the games in your backlog once a year. Pride Month's about 2 weeks away. It'll be okay. Yeah.
Master Koga comes from a long line of ninjas. What did you descend from?
A long line of neurodivergence. Juggler Sean! I'm sorry, I know I brought it up before, but I cannot get over how Drowsy looks like he's dipped in chocolate. That's really why I named my Drowsy Pocky in my Crystal playthrough. So how about ROR with whatever roguelike I feel like that day? Hey, Rain, thank you for the 10 stream streak. Hell yeah. Alright, who stole my clothes in the changing room? I have no idea. Please ignore the pile of clothes behind me. Can't wait for next month when the chat goes from being gay to being gayer. You see, you didn't think that was possible, but we're innovators. Eddie, thank you for saying that, because my brain thought next month was July. Like, I'm looking forward to June because of gay stuff, but like, I'm not looking forward to June, July, and August because I just don't like summer weather. Time blindness curses us all.
You're more skilled than I thought. Where there's light, there's shadow. Light and shadow, which do you choose?
Oh, we're doing Sonic Adventure 2 again? Let's go ahead and give Red Bull a nice can of lemonade. Sippy, sippy, sippy. Hate summer with a burning passion. It's burning, all right.
Stop right there! The famed invisible walls of Fuchsia Gym have you frustrated?
No, not really. I just walked over here to battle you. How about we all chip in for a 3-month-long vacation to Antarctica for no particular reason? See, that's the thing is, like, in addition to not liking hot weather, I also don't like cold weather. Tamer Phil. Flying the sky. I can't remember. Like, I love G Gundam's theme song so much, but I cannot remember any of the lyrics except, like, flying in the sky and write you now. No one tell her. Ah! Antarctica isn't cold. You'll be fine. If you say so. Bonk. Okay, the first Pokemon to poison me in this poison-type gym was the Sandslash. You take a vacation to Antarctica, you'll become freezing rain. Oh wow, got it before I did. Thank you, Rain, for once again cutting a worthless object. Either that or to Canada. Canada wouldn't be so bad. Hey look, I actually got poisoned by a poison type in the poison gym. What an innovation. Aw, hail. No, they changed that to snow now in the new games. Honestly, like, jokes aside, that's one of the best changes I feel like they made. Because ice type's weather condition is no longer just sandstorm, but worse.
Whoa, you got it!
Baby, she's got it.
You impressed me. Here's Ant. Look very closely at the gaps in the invisible walls.
I was scared because the bot was green and I thought I was going to get slapped. Don't worry, I can tell you apart. I know when it's you, Cole. The Gen 9 snow change made me play so many more snow teams in competitive. Hey, any excuse I have to get a Alolan Ninetales out there, I will take. My boy's a Titan back in Champions. I actually do love that Ariados is, like, competitively viable right now. I actually have a shiny Ariados in Scarlet. And I really want to use them. Experimenting with a hard Trick Room team featuring Mega Abomasnow. That'd be cool. Slaps would hurt. Okay, but if Rain slapped me, then I'd be extinct. And tiny little mouse slaps on your ankle. Okay. Now, I know Koga actually has poison types. A part of me wants to, like, play tricky and think ahead, and the other part of me is just, no, put Zinx in the front and just click Psychic multiple times. Clapping it creates a sonic boom.
Sonic boom!
Sippy potion. Little sippies for little Zinks. Okay.
Ho 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 ho! A mere child like you dares to challenge me? The very idea makes me shiver with mirth.
Be honest, if you played this as a kid, how many of you actually learned the word mirth from this game?
Very well, I shall show you my true terror as a ninja master. Poison brings steady doom, sleep renders foes helpless. Despair to the creeping horror of poison-type Pokémon.
Ain't that the guy from Fire Emblem? Yeah. It is interesting that they added, because Koga doesn't actually have the bright red scarf in red and blue, which obviously it's hard to tell. Mirth and his best buddy Ray. But yeah, Koga didn't actually have the red scarf. That was added from Fire Red and Leaf Green onward. And it's interesting because, like, obviously a ninja's not going to wear bright red. Their whole idea is camouflage. So it kind of gives Koga, like, a tokusatsu vibe. Uh-oh. Oh no, we're doing this. I do miss in Red and Blue in the Gen 2 games where when a Pokemon used Minimize, it would actually have like a really tiny little sprite. You know, just the really funky little star-shaped guy there. Oh, gee willikers. Shit. I think Persian was the only one who had Feint Attack. I don't think I have any perfect accuracy move. Boo, this guy stinks. I mean, it is a pile of sludge. Well, grab your drink, folks. I might have an idea. First, I'm going to get Zinx out of there because I don't want her to keep missing moves and take a sludge to the face. Because Jinx is a really kick-ass Pokemon, but her physical defense is like tissue paper. Just get Splunk Dinko to Oko the Muck. Easy. Okay, it's actually funny. Give me just a sec. That you mentioned that because I have to show you this one screenshot from Tomodachi Life. Like, everybody's having a meetup for the Splunk Dinko fan club. Splunk Dinko famous. Why is it that an NPC uses evasion increasing move and it makes you always miss, but when you use it, 100 accurate move becomes 99% accurate? Every freaking time. Without fail. It's always how it works. Like, they only need one minimize and you're missing like 60% of your moves. But you could sit there and just throw like 6 sand attacks and 6 minimizes or whatever, and you know, you're still gonna get hit by almost everything they throw. Granted, I guess I shouldn't complain too much considering my Vaporeon just flinched a Hypno 3 times in a row. Anything in Pokemon that doesn't have 100 accuracy might as well be 50. Complain more, complain more. For the content, for the content! I do like that Macchiato's already healed back to full. You see, I do wonder if, like, people always think that... Well, not always, but, like, with Venusaur, I have heard a lot of sentiment about, like, it being the worst starter. And, of course, you know, Chikorita's reputation is, like, the worst starter. And I'm sorry, like, Venusaur is the worst starter in, like, a Gen 1 playthrough. And, like, I feel like people saying this don't know how to play anything except Fast Sweeper. Playing this wants me to play Xenoblade as one of the evade tank guys. Born in a world of strife! Ha, get hosed. Geez, Zinx is almost at level 40. Rip Bozo. Meanwhile, I'm over here playing with my team of slow, bulky Pokemon. Well, I mean, the thing is, with Venusaur, I know that may seem like an odd thing to fight Koga with, but, like, he can't be poisoned because he's a poison type. I'm probably going to switch him out because he's getting kind of low, but the fact that I got the Leech Seed on his coughing means that, like, can't really shenanigans me because even if he tries to evade stall, he's going to run out of HP. There it is. You got best Propel. Believe in the me that believes in you, believing in me while I believe in you. Shit, that's right. I should have thought of that. I have Stomp. I'm pretty sure by Generation 2, Stomp has its extra property with Minimize. Believe in the belief of believing. I believe in love after love. Something, something, something says. I really don't remember the rest of the lyrics to this song. Oh. Okay, on another thing from the Gen 1 anime that, like, lives in my brain rent-free. The episode Pokemon Fashion Flash, you know, where Brock ends up getting the Vulpix and stuff like that. And Team Rocket gives Ekans and Coughing these, like, super gaudy, over-the-top fashion makeovers. And there's one part, like, because James, of course, is in a dress and looking gorgeous. And there's one part where he, it zooms in on him, and he's commanding his Coughing to attack, you know, Ash and Pikachu and everything. He says, "Coughing cutie, sludge makeover." And that's one of those things that just lives in my head forever. I lobe Leech Seed, and finding out, even switching out Leech Seed still makes you go, "Oh crap, that's cool." It is cool. Because I kind of want to get a Leech Seed on this Weezing, but I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Let's get Propel out of there. Love you, James. 100% an icon eternally. Oof, I don't know if that's going to go well. Ooh. At least Macchiato can munch him leftovers. We might be in a spot here because I don't think I outspeed. I do. Ah! Well, you did an amazing job, Macchiato. Thank you. Okay. But that gives us a free out and to get Jinx in there. Okay. Well, the reason why I stayed in with Propel for so long is I was really expecting his Weezing to just go for self-destruct. James' Pokemon was usually my favorite. He's pretty great.
You have proven your worth. Here, take the soul badge.
I'm a soul badge.
Now that you have the soul badge, the defense of your Pokemon rises. It also lets you surf outside of battle. Here, take this too.
Team Rocket in general are just gems. It's true.
Sealed within that TM06 lies Toxic.
First time a gay man, a gay woman, and a trans cat have been on TV together.
It's a secret technique dating back some 400 years. When afflicted by Toxic, a Pokemon suffers more and more. It suffers worsening damage as the battle wears on. It will surely terrorize foes.
Okay. Ah, shit, the wall's still invisible. Wait. Spicy hot take. Okay, I have one, but it is going to get me absolutely cooked alive by anybody born after 1998. Mario Kart Wii is actually kind of the weakest game in the series. And I feel like its popularity is because of the sales numbers and being the first one of the really big online community. And maybe it's just because I don't play it online competitively, but it just seems like everybody online plays one specific build with Funky Kong. And I generally tend to enjoy it the least when I want to sit down to play Mario Kart. It does have its positives. Also, it weirdly is hit with the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 era piss filter, which is really weird for a bright, cartoony Wii game. But it, like, why do the graphics in this Wii game... well, not just the graphics, like, I'm not just talking about, like, the fidelity of the character models. But why is the art direction so much weaker than Mario Kart DS or Double Dash? I mean, granted, I haven't actually owned Double Dash. That's, like, the one game in the series I don't have, so I've played it the least. But, the times I have played Double Dash, I felt like I got a little overstimulated, so I kind of understand wanting to dial it back. But yeah, I guess that's my hot take is... I do think Mario Kart Wii is probably the weakest in the series that I've played. Granted, again, I haven't played much Double Dash. It's amazing how Ninja can terrify even now. I guess my hot take in the other direction also is I think Mario Kart 7 is fantastic and way too many people sleep on it. Of course, Mario Kart 7's biggest weakness is that some of its modes relied on stuff like Street Pass and stuff like that. So it can feel really limited playing it now just because a lot of that stuff just isn't available because 3DS is online. 7's a 3DS one, yeah. But I don't know, like, I feel like hardly anybody talks about Mario Kart 7, and I think it's fantastic. I'm probably a little biased because I did receive Mario Kart 7 as a gift from Maddie, so it means a lot to me in that way too. But even so, I sincerely do enjoy it. Okay, we've got Surf. So we can go surfing now, since everybody's learning how. I do think it's nifty that when you open the TM case, it actually has the HMs on top. I'll teach Surf later. I'm deciding what I want to do next. Fuck up on that triangle. What triangle? You know, this triangle. Triangle on the track? Oh wait, I just remembered something. Oh, the music. I told you I was out of it today. Deoxys, obviously. The scary triangle, but no longer a scary face. Propel doesn't have a scary face, he's a cutie. Off topic, does anyone here remember Chaotic? I never watched the show. My mom had a couple of the cards that she found on clearance at a thrift store once, and I distinctly remember that there was a game that came out for Wii, PS3, and 360. I remember because my local Walmart had the Wii game in the clearance bin for years. Like, I think it was still hanging around there in the clearance bin when the Switch came out. The rare candy.
Inside HM04, you'll find strength. It lets Pokemon move boulders when you're outside of battle. Oh, did you find the secret house in the Safari Zone?
Okay, so he's saying the same stuff. Apparently it's coming back Q4 sometime this year. Interesting. Again, I feel like it's one of those things that's like a childhood staple of a very specific, like, age group of people. Being in legal hell for 15 to 20 years. Interested in what happened there. I don't think I battled these guys yet.
I always check every grassy area for new Pokemon.
Wilton with a Spearow. It was very chaotic. I love clicking Thunderbolt. This in particular is really nostalgic because I used Raichu a lot in my Fire Red and Leaf Green playthroughs. So I'm so used to looking at this back sprite.
This is my turf. Get out of here.
Jacob. It was actually a TCG that was online and physical long before any other TCG was doing anything online. I do remember it being a TCG, but I didn't know it actually had an online client like that early in its life. That's interesting. It feels kind of like a PSP Go thing where it might have been a little bit ahead of its time. I hate to watch you battle, but I loved seeing your back sprite. I, too, am a thick little mouse. Literally every card had its own code that you punched in on the site. It's interesting because Yu-Gi-Oh! Has, well, I guess they still do to this day. I think modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards still have it. You know, where they have their code on the bottom, and you could actually, like, use your real-life Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards in the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG video games.
Darn.
The thing is, like, by the time Yu-Gi-Oh! Had online clients and stuff like Master Duel, since they're all free-to-play and gacha-centric, they don't actually let you use the code for any of the cards.
My favorite area for catching Pokemon. Cuckoo, how do you like my bird call?
Ramiro. That's a very handsome-sounding name. Interesting how on one of Raichu's ears the curl is coming out below the crescent and the other one's coming out above the tip. So you found my nest of Kanto. Other thing is that the creature cards all had their own unique stats, so two people with the same creature could have very different stats. That is interesting, but I don't know if that's the best idea for our card game. It makes it feel a little inconsistent.
I had to bug you. I collect sea Pokemon on weekends because the sea is so close.
I see. Homie really likes his Pokemon weak against electric. Whoa. It was a choice. Well, I mean, like, it feels like you could just get completely slogged through no fault of your own on the online version because, you know, your Splunk Dinko has 7 attack and all your friends have like 35 or something. It's just where you spend your weekends. Everybody's working for the weekend. Everybody's taking off their pants. It's because you stole my pants in the changing room. You weren't using them at the time. Tito Bird Brain starts blaring in the background. And then back, damn it. I'll get you new pants. Probably.
Not really that into it, but okay, let's go.
No. This is Fire Red. Let's Go is the one that comes out later. Benny, if it ain't my buddy Benny. I mean, honestly, anytime the weather's hot is no pants time because, like, it's hot.
I knew it.
No, I'm torn because I probably need to go ahead and teach V8 Surf. But I kind of like having Water Pulse. But we're going back home for a minute. Saying hey to Mom.
Should take a quick rest. Oh good, you and your Pokemon are looking great. Take care now.
It's a movie on TV. A girl with her hair and pigtails is walking up a brick road. I better go too. Mom there. Hell yeah, let's play some NES. Let's playing the NES. Okay, time to go. Speaking of, I need to pick back up Mega Man 3. I always felt like I just recently streamed that game, but no, last time I played it was the first stream of it I did on January 7th. Holy shit, that's almost been half a year. Oops. Actually, the only reason it's really taken me so long to get back to Mega Man 3 is because the Doku robots are really obnoxious. It's not even the fights. I don't mind a challenging fight. But it's more that the checkpoints are like really far from the boss doors in the Doku robot stages. Just like people, Pokemon are living things. When they get tired, please give them a rest. Summer's right around the corner. My room's gonna be far too hot for anything. Not looking forward to it. Yeah.
Good to see you. How's your Pokédex coming along? Here, let me take a look. The amount of progress you've made on your Pokédex is 114 seen and 54 Pokémon owned. Professor Oak's rating. Ah, you finally topped 50 species.
I what now?
I've given one of my aides an experience share. Be sure to go get it.
I mean, honestly, it is good that he tells you that. Coordinating Amanda Buzz, Decidueye, Toucannon, and Honchkrow in a YMCA song with their feathers. If I walk up to a route to battle a bird keeper and he's doing that, I'm just gonna turn around and go because, like, it doesn't matter whether I win a battle or not. I'm just not topping that. I was thinking, oh, hey, what if I had another Pokemon I could teach Surf to while I decide on what I want to do with Vaporeon? Hey, what do you know? I still want to keep V8 with me, though. I hate making decisions. Okay, Zinx, you can chill for a little while. You can top 50 species, but not a bird keeper. That's because I'm tired. I need to take a break. Honchkrow mention. We all know what you are. Get real. Okay, fair enough. Actually, I started a playthrough a while ago on Mom's Switch Lite of Diamond, and I do plan on using a Honchkrow on my main team there for the first time. We can go ahead and put it over Perish Song. I'm not Wolfie. Need to get a team of the weirdest Pokemon out there. That I'm sure on the team are Sigilyph and Glimmora. Like, for champions or for another playthrough? Because, like, your playthrough teams are already pretty weird. Just due to the nature of using the under 500 base stat total. Get a Behem. Oh, I do love Behem. Oh, okay. I misread that a little bit. I kind of meant, like, weird as in, like, unorthodox picks to use on a team. But you mean, like, guys who are actually, like, weird, funky guys. Hopping down ledges, hopping down ledges. So I wanted to come over to this patch of grass specifically. Because we can get our own Tangela with his funky red shoes. I think this guy can survive one body slam, right? So Reuniclus, it's turning into a it's kind of turning into an all psychic team. We got almost as many psychics as Kozuga's Poison Gem. It makes the SpongeBob walking noise. Cursola. This is Gen 3. Powder moves still work on a grass type. Give me a sec here. Gotta move some stuff because a little furball just appeared. Sorry, I was away from the microphone. I had to move some stuff off of my desk because a little furball just appeared. Hi, Dot. Pukumuku. Claydol's pretty weird. I do love Claydol. That's another one I'd love to use on a team. Sableye. Sableye's a pretty good weirdo. I'm building a team of funky Skrunkles. Good starting point is a Pokemon with no discernible origins. Lots of those in the early generations, too. Wait, oh yeah, I remember seeing a really interesting little theory online, that, like, Scovillain is supposed to be, like, the nemesis of Palafin. Because, like, Scovillain kind of has, like, the evil corporate vibe with like a tie and everything. And the thing is, between Scovillain being grass fire and Palafin being water, they make the full starter trio between the two of them. So Palafin is both weak and strong against Scovillain's stab moves. Like I said, I don't know if that actually is the design, if that was intentional, but I still think it's really neat. I didn't really think about it before either. I remember watching the short and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Dot, you little butt. She keeps pawing at me when I stop petting her. Gonna click sleep powder 100 times until this thing stays asleep. The Palafin Yuki, because Hero and GX. There we go. We got the Tangle. I think Orbeetle and Toxapex. Ooh, those are good ones too. Freaking... You headbutted my microphone and hit the little mute thing, you little bud. The blue plant vines cloak this Pokemon's identity in a tangled mass. It entangles anything that gets close. So do you think under all of the vines, it's just one of those little orbs from Ristar? Definitely Cradilly. Cradilly's a good weirdo. I mean, technically any of the fossils from Generation 8 could count for that. Though that may be a little too direct. I don't know if you want, like, naturally occurring weirdos. Maldo would fit. I like Armaldo quite a bit, actually. I think Anorith in particular is freaking adorable. Trying to think of a good name for the Tangle. Ooh, Excelgor is pretty good. I think Excelgor is just cool as hell anyway. I don't know if it would be weird enough, but I really do like Heatmor with like all the freaking engine parts and all that stuff. Granted, I'm just biased. I love Heatmor anyway. But I don't know if that's the weird you're looking for. Okay, so there's this... I cannot think of what it's called. So, like, there's this brand... Oh, Bolt House, that's what it is. I knew it started with a B. Bolthuse. Oh, the Fruit Smoothie brand, yeah. Gen 5 Heatmor and Gen 6 Heatmor are slightly different beasts. Not sure which one's weirder. I love both their flavors of weird. I wish Heatmor was available earlier on in more games because, like, dude, Heatmor's just so freaking cool. Okay, so next, I guess we could take on the Fighting Dojo and Sabrina, or we could go say hey to Blaine. Because we got Surf, so the whole map is pretty much open to us now. Actually, I do know one thing I want to do. Gen 8's the earliest you can find Heatmor Durant. I know, because the thing is, I mentioned before that I played through Gen 5 for the first time completely blind. And I remember that, because I think, like, Heatmor And, oh, Toadstool is a good one. I think Glalie is a good flavor of Weirdo also. But, oh, I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, I played through Gen 5 blind. So, like, every Pokemon I came across, you know, was, like I said, aside from a handful, were a completely new experience for me. And I kid you not, I audibly gasped with excitement when I saw Heatmore for the first time. I just thought it was that freaking cool. I also giggled when I saw Buffalont, which is another Pokemon I just really like. TM48 Skill Swap. You know, I always forget Skill Swap existed this early in the series. Like, basically the same generation that doubles were invented. You think I'd remember it because I so vividly remember, in Pokemon Coliseum, there's one fight where a Slowking skill swaps with a Slacking. Wait, shit, have I caught a Tentacool? Did I just body slam that Tentacool without thinking? Wait, shit. Okay, calm. Breathe. My ADHD is pulling me in like 15 directions. I have not caught a Tentacool. Let's catch a Tentacool. Throwing my great ball at this level 10 Tentacool. Fuck. Yeah, I'm pretty sure anything I hit it with from any Pokemon I have is going to KO it, so let's go ahead and bring in Macchiato for the Eepees. Eepee time. And I dodged the 100% poison chance because I'm actually a poison type. Bronzong? Ooh, I really should use a Bronzong in a playthrough. Okay, here's a really weird thing. I love Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Like I said, I've done my original playthrough. I had another playthrough I was working on because Mom just let me play it on her Switch Lite when she wasn't playing Animal Crossing, which was, not often. And, like, I keep thinking of other playthroughs I want to do of Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl. Well, I actually don't own a copy of Shining Pearl right now. Upreba Pass is another good one. But it's weird. I have a really hard time finishing, like, Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum. I don't know if it's just the slowness or what. Not a weirdo, really. Miltank could be fun. I love Miltank. It's actually, like, kind of in my upper echelon of favorite normal types. Smeargle also fits in there. Smeargle's in a weird spot because it definitely is a weirdo. A Tentacool weighs 100 fucking pounds. It definitely is a weirdo. Ooh, Graphia is a good one. Actually, Girafarig kind of also. But Smeargle's been used so much in competitive for so long, it doesn't feel weird anymore. I feel like that's got to be a typo, right? The Mega Jelly. Okay, I'm going to look up Cerebi real quick and see if that's actually it or if that's just a typo they forgot to fix with this release. Because they actually fixed a bunch of other typos and formatting issues in the Switch versions. Because, yeah, I have to look up and see if it's actually 100 pounds. Spot we can Victorial Tentacool. There you are. No, it's showing its weight as 100 pounds on Cerebi's thing too. And I'm even looking at like other generations of the decks to see what it says. Yeah. Tentacool's 100 pounds. Jeez Louise. Farigiraf would also be a good weirdo, but I'm kind of desensitized to it because of competitive. Its eyes are as transparent as crystals. From
From them, it shoots a mysterious beams of light. Another one of those weird water types that's really psychic adjacent, but not a psychic type. Like when that one Tentacool just possessed Meowth when they were all attacking a city and Meowth was talking like a robot. What about Spiritomb? Spiritomb's a good one too. There's a real jellyfish the same length as Tentacool that weighs about 90 pounds. Oh, okay. So they're probably looking closer to like the actual real-world inspiration. It's a heavy jellyfish. Still trying to think of a good drink for Tentacool. Ooh, Bruxish is awesome. Massive freaking jellyfish. Bruxish is another one I really want to use in a playthrough sometime. Oil. Oil be there for you. Hawaiian Punch. My phone's gonna die and my cat's on my lap. I'll see you guys later. Okay, Whoopi. If your kitty cat ever lets you be free, then I'll see you in a little bit. Probopass? I think they said Probopass a minute ago. But yeah, Probopass is a good one. Yeah, have a good night, Whoopi, if I don't see you again. No, no one's ever said Probopass. Okay, my bad. I must have been confusing it with something else. I'm actually going to go down through here to make sure I didn't miss anything else around the water. Okay, it's not looking like it. How do we feel about Ferrothorn as a weirdo? I'm kind of 50-50. It still reads a little bit normal plant Fortress adjacent to me, so it doesn't seem like super weirdo-y. Ferrothorn in Gen 5 is more weirdo. Yeah, it does get a little de-weirded with the 3D model. Carbink, again, I feel like that feels so much like a mythical fairy thing that it doesn't feel that weird to me either. Carbink's like gentle weird. Yeah, I could see that a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and take on the Fighting Dojo and then Sabrina. Masquerain. That's another one I'm split on. Of course, I'm also, like, internally, irritated at Masquerain because there was this really annoying thing that several Pokemon did in Generation 3 where the first form would be a unique type combination and then the evolved form would just become something that's been used 100 times. Like, both Nincada and Surskit had unique typings when they first came out, and they just turned into bug flying when they evolved.
Yeah, I feel like Drifblim's still too present to be super weird. Like, mentally present for a lot of people. I feel like in Gen 1, a lot of, like, the Gen 1 Pokemon are so, like, I don't know, even integrated into, like, popular culture that it's hard for any of them to feel weird. Like, maybe some, like, Jinx or something. But even then, I don't feel like Jinx is really that weird. I'll put Glacier back here for the moment. Shedinja's a good one. I mean, like, I do like Shedinja. It's actually a good weird one. And I also generally think that, like, Shedinja's existence is cool. It really is, like, its evolution and everything is so unique. And nothing like that's been done in Pokemon before. Or since. Fighting Dojo. See, I like how it has the entrance, but it does not have the word gym on the side. Get hosed.
Huh! You're trespassing in our fighting dojo.
Black Belt Hitoshi. Zinx is just gonna keep getting more over-leveled. I'm not really doing anything to stop it. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me, you guys. I like her back sprite because she's just waving hello. She's like, hey! Hey, how you doing? She's very friendly. You know, before she picks you up with telekinesis and slams you into a wall or something. Dot springboarded off the desk and it knocked down my microphone. Sorry about that. I think in the right spaces, Sableye and Mawile could be lumped in. I feel like Sableye is more of the weirdo in this one. But then again, I may be so Mawile pilled that I just don't think that the tiny girl with the giant jaws on the back of her head is weird anymore.
Ooh, I give up. I hear you're good. Show me.
Black Belt Hideki. Would say Archeops if it wasn't straight up scientific illustration. Sableye feels more gremlin than weirdo. Okay, I can understand that. Bramblegast? Kinda.
Judge, 1 point.
Pincurchin kind of has the same vibes as Pyukumuku. Did we say Carnivine? Carnivine's, I think, a pretty good one. Funky fella.
My master's a pro fighter. Be prepared to lose.
Okay, let's get Zinx out of the front position, because she's just going to get to, like, level 45 while everyone here is at level 30 or something. Or 35, 36, 7, you know. Sorry, phone died. I'll forgive you this time. But now, welcome back, Cole. Thank you for coming back.
Yeah, I have no fear for anything tough. I shatter boulders for training every day.
Yeah, Whoopi's phone also died. She got catted on. Black Belt Aaron. Oh wow, he slays, looks gorgeous, and does martial arts. Aaron's just got it all. I was thinking in my head it's more weird by what a Pokemon looks like rather than just being regular weird.
Yow, stubbed fingers. Huh, take your shoes off.
Black Belt Mike. Little did we know that I'm the cat on Whoopi's lap. Has anyone said Exploud? I don't think so, actually. A lot of these are Gen 3. I feel like with Gen 3, aside from the ones that are very obvious riffs on Gen 1 Pokemon like Beautifly and stuff, I feel like they kind of wanted to get crazy and do stuff that really wasn't done in Gen 1 and Gen 2. Then again, a lot of Pokemon for Generation 3, I feel like are designed to be asymmetrical and super colorful just because not only is the Game Boy Advance like more powerful, but also it's the first mainline Pokemon game where you can guarantee that someone's going to be playing it on a color screen. Because remember, Gold and Silver are still playable on an original 1989 brick Game Boy. That's actually why shiny Pokemon have the sparkle effect, because if you're playing on a brick Game Boy in black and white, you can still tell you got a shiny. Zwoof. Gen 3 Pokemon are what you like and expect in an exotic tropical area with little human contact. That does make a lot of sense.
I give up. Wait till you see our master. I'm a small fry compared to him.
I could go for a small fry with a big old thing of ketchup and some chicken nuggets.
Only thing that frightens us is psychic power.
And birds, apparently.
Grunt! I am the Karate Master. I'm the leader here. Do you wish to challenge us? Expect no mercy. Hua!
Dang, we took on a ninja. We're taking on a Karate Master, and next we're going to take on a Psychic. We're just doing an entire fighting game roster. We got Koichi with a Hitmonlee, bending his Hitmonknee. I have a team of Spinda with all the same pattern. I mean, sure, if you want a goal that will last you literally the rest of your life and probably your children and grandchildren's lives. What about Team Flare? I don't have a red pair of sunglasses, I'm sorry.
Ah, beaten. Indeed, I have lost. But I beseech you, do not take our emblem as your trophy. In return, I'll give you a prized fighting Pokémon. Choose whichever you like.
I mean, technically after we beat the Elite Four, we should be able to get either one. Who do we want now? I'm thinking Hitmonlee, but what do you guys think? Just put your hair into pigtails and get a lot of hairspray and make them stand up. There's actually something with Pokemon Emerald where you can find a Spinda that's normal for you but shiny for your Pokedex. I actually just watched that video earlier today, and I do think it's really fascinating. It's crazy to me because with Emerald, it like looks so similar to Ruby and Sapphire, but its code base was built like almost completely rebuilt for no adequately explained reason, and so much of it just doesn't work. No mouth must scream. Okay, we're going Hitmonlee then. You want the hard kicking Hitmonlee? Oh yeah, he's all about fitness. Whoa, it's Rogue the Bat. Rouge the Bat. So like, with my dyslexia, better not get greedy. He won't notice. He's not looking right at me or anything. But no, with my dyslexia, I actually do have a lot of trouble with the words rogue and rouge. Because my mom had, like, I think hers wasn't as bad as mine, but she had dyslexia also, and she'd often make jokes about how she would misread things. The one that always sticks in my head is that the game Rogue Galaxy, she would occasionally call Rouge Galaxy. No, actually, Rogue Galaxy is one that Mom and I played together. It's dyslexic being hell. Yeah, Rogue Galaxy is one my mom and I played through together. We played like over 100, I think like 130 something hours of it. And I have a lot of great memories, but unlike a lot of other games I have great memories of, I don't really have much of a desire to play it again. I wouldn't call it a bad game or anything, but some parts of it are a real slog, and the dungeons are like not, well, they're a real slog, to be honest. Is anyone who plays ZA when they get to the Red Plaza?
Yo, champ in making! Sabrina's Pokemon use psychic powers instead of force. Fighting Pokemon are especially weak against psychic Pokemon and get destroyed before they can even aim a punch.
Now let's see the real quiz. Will we encounter as many psychic Pokemon in Sabrina's gym as we did in Koga's?
Sabrina is young, but she's also a highly skilled trainer. You won't reach her easily.
Psychic Cameron. I feel like we fought at least one other Cameron. Do you think he gained psychic powers from then to now? Already halfway there. I love Slowpoke. I kind of wish it was available in Fire Red. I don't know why they made Slowpoke a version exclusive, because it's not in Red and Blue. Get the para. Hey, rude. I mean, I'm about to KO you and win the fight, but that's still rude. Kanto remake, but Koga using a Galarian Slowking, ironically adding another Psychic. Well, the thing is, like, with Koga's gym, jokes aside... Oh, fuck. I feel like they were actually going for what a lot of people have been asking for a while from the series, which is a gym that's themed instead of being just based around a single type. So, you know, it's themed around, like, subterfuge and status effects and stuff like that. Which is weird, because whenever people bring up wanting that from Pokemon gyms and games that come out, they never seem to acknowledge that Koga's gym kind of did that. There's a non-zero amount of documented events in the Pokemon world of people gaining psychic powers and people turning into Pokemon. Oh shit, I have nothing to hit this with. Well, why didn't they have Zoroark in there? Because they didn't have the Celebi to bring from Heart Gold and Soul Silver. They didn't want to walk all the way over to Johto to go get it. You know, looking back, it is so freaking weird how they handled Zorua and Zoroark in freaking, the original Black and White. Why would I sell a bee for pennies? Well, she's got to have something besides a bunch of EVs, right?
Down and out. Is it down and out?
Lemonade for my birdies. Whoa!
You understand, don't you? Down and out, what a beautiful name for twins. That power alone isn't enough to win in the world of Pokemon. Me anamorphing into a Rockruff for the new Mystery Dungeon getting announced next year. It isn't Cope, I swear. We got Tyrone, I guess? But I feel like Tyrone usually has an E at the end. But Tyron? Would someone name their child Tyron? Pronounced Tyron. I don't believe this.
I don't believe somebody's named Tyron.
Sabrina just wiped out the karate master next door.
Woohoo! Me also anamorphing into Sneasel for the new Mystery Dungeon game. Oh, please. You know the new Mystery Dungeon cast is just going to be like the 3 Kanto starters, the 3 starters from whatever game is the newest when it comes out, Pikachu, Meowth, and then a handful of cute popular Pokemon from the new game that comes out. Pokemon take on the appearance of their trainers. Your Pokemon must be tough then. Channeler Stacy. I mean, trust me, I would love it if there was a Mystery Dungeon game where I could just, like, become a Mawile or something. Don't confuse Ray. He's having enough tough time as it is. Oh my fucking god, why would you use Confuse Ray twice? I do like Haunter's glowy red hand, though. I think that's a wonderful touch. You know, Haunter is actually... Don't worry for him, his good pal Mirth will be there for him. Fuck. Oh my god. I was not paying attention and I just clicked try attack on instinct. Why would you do this to me? Okay, you've only got 10 of those. You're gonna have to run out eventually. But no, what I was saying is that, like, I think it's interesting that in every successive game, Haunter has become, like, slightly less creepy. Because, like, Haunter's sprite in Gen 1 is legitimately kind of scary. Okay. Red Bull. Peck the Ghost. Okay, we can all morph into the one Pokemon with the power of naming. Whoa. No, I'm mostly kidding. I would love it if a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon that came out just let you kind of choose whatever. I really don't want to sit here and have my Pokemon hit themselves 15 times, so instead I'm just going to switch 15 times. Don't succeed every time you try. It's an important lesson. It's also important to not let it discourage you from trying again. Meh.
I knew it. have much to learn still. I must master Psychic and teach it to my Pokemon. I see giving you a little gameplay hint that, you know, Haunter and Gengar can learn Psychic. Saffron Pokemon Gym's famous for training Psychics. You want to see Sabrina, don't you? I can tell. I mean, I didn't wander in here to ask for directions. Do you feel like... Doesn't really take a Psychic to figure that out, Preston. Go, try and attack. It might. I'm bad at taking hints. I mean, I am too, so like, if anybody's in love with me, they should just like, be like, hey, date me or some shit. Because I'm not gonna figure it out. I'm gonna be like, are they actually gay? Are they not gay? Maybe they're just really nice. Maybe they're just really friendly. Wow, OMG, he also guessed my star sign correctly. I did have to sign a form that included my birthday an hour prior, though. Ugh. That's right, I use telepathy to read your mind. I am so sorry for everything you found in there. But also, LOL, you brought that on yourself. I'm a neurodivergent ace lesbian. I'm dense as fuck. Please be direct with me. Not too far off from where I'm at, Rain. Okay, so that's the one that took me backward. You're cool and awesome. You are cool and awesome, Rain. A cool, refreshing Rain. Sabrina's far younger than I, but she has earned my respect. And purple. Amanda, please. I don't try to be. You don't try to be purple? You're purple on purpose? Personal. I was trying to say you're not purple on purpose, but you're not Persis on purple? You're not purple Persis? Okay, V8, go do the logical thing and bite that ghost. Purple, or what Cole said. Because remember, if you're ever in, like, a haunted mansion or something and a ghost is trying to attack you, just turn around and bite it. They hate that. Not good enough. Well, okay, Amanda, you don't need to self-deprecate. In a battle of equals, the one with the stronger will wins. If you wish to beat Sabrina, focus and will yourself to victory. I mean, I bet no one's tried it before. Keep them on their translucent toes. You and I, our Pokemon shall battle. Did your psychic powers tell you that? Hello, Tasha. Oh my gosh, like, low-key, though, I could totally see myself, like, just hanging out at the mall in the year, like, 2004 with, like, Amanda and Tasha. And we will giggle about our crushes and text each other on our flip phones even though we're standing right beside each other. Pokemon taught me that a sucker punch works really well on a ghost. You gotta spook them before they spook you. You see, they try to creep up on you in whatever, like, you know, freaking Outlast-ass freaking Rust dungeon, and they're like, "Arrgh." And you just turn around and you hit them with the Piccolo, "Gotcha, bitch!" summon a demon in one of their attics using little scented candles. Typically girly things, unironically. I lost after all. I knew this was going to take place. Yeah? Okay, wait, did I go to the wrong side? I think I did, yes. Okay. 'Cause I think I came in from the low panel. It was like, okay, the way to get through this gym is you just keep going either up or down. You don't need to go left or right at any point. One sec here. Okay, I hadn't battled you yet. Does our unseen power scare you? I didn't see any unseen power. Psychic Johann. Kadabra. Okay, Via, give him a big old love bite. Give him a big old chompy chomp. I'd have a Ghost GF, and for Cuddles, she can possess me for warmth as a substitute for Cuddles. That's actually really cute. I could see that being like a cute little romance story manga or something. No. Oh yeah, they already had Mr. Mime with 5 fingers in this game. I thought that was Gen 4 when they changed it. Future. And one last Kadabra. Now that after 25 years we can finally have Kadabra cards again. Slay the Princess spoilers. A possessive poltergeist possessed me. I never foresaw this. My Pokemon fear only ghosts and bugs. And the dark. Not the Magic the Gathering set. I mean, I fear some of the prices for those cards. Okay, trying to remember I get this right. I think I'm going backward. The Winged Duck? Well, he is the terror that flaps in the night. A Ducklet? I actually really like Ducklet and Swanna. I would love to use them in a playthrough at some point. Okay. Doing the teleporters. I think I fucked it up. Well, if I'm out here, I might as well go back to the Pokemon Center and heal everybody. Oh, alright, I forgot about this guy. I flew here on my Pidgeot when I read about Sylph. It's already over? I missed the media action. That was a good gem. On to the next one. No joke, though. I think it's crazy how open-ended this game is after you beat... Well, basically after you beat Misty, because, like, we've mostly been doing the gyms in order, but you really don't have to. Like, you can... Because all you get from Lieutenant Surge is Fly for HM usability. So, aside from the fact that, you know, you have to beat Brock and Misty, because Misty gives you the ability to use Cut, and you have to beat
Koga before beating Blaine because you have to have Surf to get to Cinnabar Island. Other than that, you can pretty much do the gyms any way you want to. I think that's actually pretty awesome. Any way you want it, that's the way you want it. Also really like them, but I never use them because of getting them late. You mean Ducklet? I mean, I feel like that's one of those cases where, like... Because one thing I think people forget, at least, like, if you're someone like me who, has, you know, multiples of most handhelds, is, you know, you could just trade with your future playthrough. And so you could just, like, make an egg and give it to yourself early in the game and use that Pokemon early. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've battled all the side trainers. There we go. Love giving myself eggs. It's very exciting. Let's put Red Bull in the front slot for the moment. I had a vision of your arrival. I've had psychic powers since I was a child. It started when a spoon I carelessly tossed bent. I dislike battling, but if you wish, I will show you my powers. Leader Sabrina with the Kadabra. Go, Red Bull. Try attack time! Ducklet specifically fits my vibe. I do like Ducklet. It's very cool. I could definitely see you, like, you know, you and, okay, Cole, remember you're talking about being in Snowpoint City and doing, like, training drills with your Medicham or something? I could totally see, like, your partner, Ducklet, who you got way earlier, who just follows around and tries to mimic you. Like, Ducklet also with the two of you trying to do all, like, the martial arts moves and stuff. I tossed a spoon and it bent. From your psychic powers? No, when it hit the floor. Trying to learn Uproar. Nah. Uproar is one of those ones like Thrash. You'll get locked into it, and it's really underpowered in Gen 3. It only has a base power of 50. Because in like later generations, Thrash and Uproar get their power boost to like 120 or something. So it kind of makes it a little more worth the downside if you want to go that route. Hi, Whoopie. Welcome back. You're free from kitty jail. Glad to have you back. Venomoth. Back. I always thought it was cool that Sabrina used a Venomoth in addition to the Psychics. Wait a minute, now the Psychic leader has a Poison type? Granted, I'm biased. I just love Venomoth. She is so cute. Alakazam! Go, Red Bull, go! Exploit the fact that it has a really low defense stat, and you have really high attack and speed. Ooh, with the para. Oh shit, synchronize. Really? You get a turn to hit me and you're using it on Future Sight? Oh, Naruhodo. My Ducklet's slowly becoming an own version of the Quaxley line. More ballerina based because he's like the Swan Lake play. Oh. Okay, wow, I see. Freaking Sabrina with the item spam. But yeah, I really do love that call. This loss shocks me, but
A loss is a loss. Why does a full heal? Why doesn't full heal them fully? 0 out of 10 game. I think for my Snow Point City Sinnoh trainer Sona, I'd have them work on a nature preserve housed on Mount Coronet that helps endangered Hisuian species, which of course means you would have a Hisuian Sneasel buddy, right? Gonna flip my flip. I admit, I didn't work hard enough to win. Your victory has earned you the Marsh Badge. The Marsh Badge makes Pokemon up to level 70 obey you. Stronger Pokemon will become wild, ignoring your orders in battle. Just don't raise your Pokemon too much to avoid that problem. Wait, please, take this TM with you. Regular Sneasel and a Sneasler, of course. I don't even know if I have autocorrect or myself to blame for that. The amount of times autocorrect has autocorrected like doesn't to does or something like that, I'm like, yes, I meant the exact literal opposite of what I was saying. Thank you, autocorrect. Psychic power isn't something that only a few people have. Everyone has psychic power. People just don't realize it. TM4 is Calm Mind. It makes the Pokemon concentrate to raise both attack and special attack and special defense. I can read. I have psychic power too, but they're not the psychic power to fucking read. Also, interesting localization thing with the badges. You can't really tell because they're all silver here, but I do find it interesting that Sabrina's badge is called the Marsh Badge, and Koga's is called the Soul Badge, because like logically I feel like, oh, you know, the poison type gym leader would be in like a marsh, and then, you know, Soul because like psychic power, spiritual power. Koga's just coquette, I guess. I mean, Sabrina's badge is yellow, so that also kind of goes back to my whole, like, psychic types being associated with yellow in Gen 1 sort of thing. Weep, 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 pew, 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 pew. Wait, shit, I could have just made that easier. Because this is the first room you go to IIRC, so if I go on this one, it should just let me leave. Yep. Psychic power, huh? If I had that, I'd make a bundle at the slots. Okay, whatever, I'm leaving. Psyduck isn't psychic type, but it's a yellow psychic guy. It's another one of those Pokemon that, like, has psychic type energy, but isn't a psychic type. I feel like Golduck not being water psychic is the biggest betrayal. Which, granted, like, there are already 2 water psychics, so I get it. The weirdest thing is how the Gen 1 trading card game treated Starmie and Psyduck. Because Starmie is treated like it's just a regular old water type. But, like, Psyduck and Golduck's cards, you could use psychic or water energy for its different attacks. Idea of my trainer being from Alola and just loving the colder regions. Just being a tropical freeze guy. Golduck getting an Evo that's water psychic would go nuts. I would love that. That'd be awesome. Okay. It's been 2 hours. I still want to stream some more, but I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. So I'll be back in just a minute, cuties.
Hello, cuties. I'm back. Also, Maddie, thank you so much for running the ads, because I always forget. Your trainer coming to work at the same nature preserve my trainer is working at. Gotta make sure nature is preserved and those Pokemon are safe. Gosh, this absolutely seems like you guys would be the two characters from like a really big Pokemon movie that would be about Celebi or some other like nature Pokemon or something. Well, it'd be in Sinnoh, so it'd probably be something that would, I don't know, tie into one of the, probably into Legends Arceus, like Blood Moon Ursaluna would appear for the first time in, like, centuries or something. Alrighty. I don't particularly feel like doing Seafoam Island yet, so let's go ahead and take... Excuse me. Let's go ahead and take the route down from Kanto, and we'll surf down that way. We'll do the Seafoam Island stuff later. I just feel like going to Cinnabar right now. Also, I did go ahead and get Dot a fresh bowl of food. Oh, shit, that's what I forgot to go get Lapras. Hello again, Dot. But I got her a fresh bowl of food and water. I put some food out for the outside kitties. Because Dot has not really been loving this heat very much. Because I have two cabinets in my bathroom. I've got one, like, really tall cabinet in the corner, and then I've got another cabinet that's, like, kind of a short cabinet that's under my bathroom sink. And the other day I was cleaning some stuff out, and I left the door open for that cabinet, and Dot crawled in, so now I've just been leaving the door slightly open. So she has her little spot, because it's like inside the cabinet, it's really cool in there. Well, not like that much cooler than the rest of the house, but you know, enough. And it's shaded and everything, there's not light getting on it. So she's been like just chilling there in the bathroom cabinet. Also, the doors don't lock or latch or anything in that. So even if the door did get all the way shut, she could push it open, no problem. Actually, I don't even know if it all the way shuts, because I always have them cracked slightly. And we look at our Hitmonlee, look at Slim Fast real quick. Mild nature. Also, I gotta say, I love my beautiful symmetrical trainer ID number. Look, I even got the 777s in the middle. Slim Fast can hang out with Hawaiian Punch over here. Yeah, I could see the Nature Preserve and our trainers being like a movie or OVA or something. It'd be really cool, especially because, like, it'd be one of those, like, late Gen 3, early Gen 4 era movies where the animation's just, like, drop dead gorgeous. And everything's got, like, the moody lighting and everything. It's like, I'm kind of iffy on some of the content of the actual movie, like the story and everything. But I gotta say, if nothing else, like, Manaphy, Prince of the Sea, or whatever it was called, is, like, absolutely gorgeous looking. I got a big haul. Want to go for it? So is there a lot of, like, it looked like there was an extra space between 4 and it, or is it just me? Wade? You mean Knuckles' friend? Body Slam. In Generation 1, the TM's Body Slam, Takedown, and Double Edge were, like, numerically in sequence to each other. So, like, a weird little vocal stem thing I used to have back then was I'd go Body Slam, Takedown, Double Edge. Just, like, as one long, like, run-on sentence name. It'd be sick. Yeah. Honestly, okay. I kind of, like, really did enjoy the movies that had, like, Ash, just, like, canon Ash to, like, the main series as the protagonist. I know they could feel like they were just, you know, oh, a really big, long episode of the series about a legendary Pokemon. But I just felt like it made it more connected to me. I don't know, because, like, I have not seen I Choose You or The Power of One. But I don't know, like, I get why they'd make them their own separate canon so they could kind of do whatever they want, but I do want to see them eventually. Of course, have there been... Not Power of One, I think it's called, like, Power of Us or something. But have there been any Pokemon movies since Power of Us? I don't think there have. I don't think there have been any since, you know, Ash stopped being the main character. Though it is funny to me that, like, with Pokemon Horizons, after, like, what, 2 seasons of Horizons, they had a time skip. Which is funny because Ash was infamously 10 forever.
Yeah, Magikarp just don't make the grade, do they? Seem to only catch Magikarp. You want to know if the fish are biting?
So do you think these guys swam out here or what? Ronald! I guess this is after he lost the trading card game championship. You know, Water Sport and Mud Sport are 2 moves that I constantly forget about. And are also borderline useless. Oh, Secrets of the Jungle. I completely forgot that movie even existed. Honestly, I don't know if I'd remember that Zarude existed, but in TCG Pocket, the recent Zarude card is actually pretty good in Dark decks. Oh, hey, we got another one of the Demon Fish. You know, I do wonder if one of the reasons why you can fight so many trainers that are, like, so much lower of a level than, God fucking damn it, that are so much lower of a level than the, gym leaders and stuff, is in case you want to rotate your team around, you know, you can actually, like, have the new Pokemon you're training, you know, stand a chance against the trainers around. Instead of having you just, you know, run in circles battling wild Pokemon or something. So I was looking up Alolan stuff, and I could see my trainer being slightly obsessed with Malasadas. Okay, this is just, like, totally a random thing. But I could see, like, your trainer would, like, you know, do, like, a little spin around and suddenly have, like, a chef's hat and an apron or something. And, you know, like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna cook up the, you know, for, like, whatever the protagonist of the movie and Rain's there and stuff, and you're gonna, like, cook up the malasadas for them. And then Ducklet would also follow you into the kitchen and suddenly also have a chef's hat and apron and just sitting there, like, handing you the ingredients as you're putting it all together. Probably to a point where they find the way to recreate them themselves in Sinnoh. And everyone would be like, these are really weird poffins, but they're really good.
Dang. I can't catch anything good. Not one Pokemon to be had.
Except those 4 Pokemon you had. We're close enough to Kanto. Let's go back real quick. Actually, I want to see something real quick. Dang, you just leave the surfing Pokemon there. Bye, I guess. I had that animation, like, where the Pokemon you're surfing on just gets left there in my head, and I didn't remember if that was a Mandela effect or not. Which, like, you don't obviously actually lose the Pokemon or anything. Lapras is just fine. But that is so funny. It's just like, okay, bye. Also, guys, I have a secret confession. I had a moment of weakness when I was getting my groceries and stuff the other day. Instead of buying my usual regular Purdue chicken nuggets, I bought the limited time edition 6-7 chicken nuggets. I hope you can all find it in your hearts to forgive me. Jail, damn it! Jail, double damn it! My sis doesn't get enough exercise, so I made her come. Ducklet just likes being around my trainer. I'm pretty sure it got left by its group, so my trainer just a huge influence, so Ducklet just copies the team. I love it. It's so cute. Sis and bro Lil and Ian. So it's a big sis named Little? I should probably not have Propel in this fight. Seltzer time! Okay, if it's any consolation to you, when I was making my nuggets for my lunch earlier today, instead of putting the 6 and 7 together on the cooking tray, I actually put two 6s together, one upside down, so I made a 69 instead. Of course, Ducklet would have Mirror Move. Oh, that's right, I forgot Razor Leaf hit 2 opponents. I say that like there are going to be 2 opponents left in the field. Get 'em, Seltzer. Reduced sentence. You could also put 3 6s together and just have the demon nuggets. Ooh, you could have 3 of the 7 nuggets and have like freaking jackpot lunch. This is a really diverse set of chicken nuggets. Would that be Sente? Aw, sis, get it together! Come on, sis, you're not gonna lose weight like this. Wow, calling your own sister fat. I'm tired. Can we go home already? Me after I've been at work for 1 minute. I'd like to think my trainer would have like be a failed competitive trainer, opted to use the battle experience to stop poachers. The sea cleanses my body and soul. So you'd be like a girl version of Android 17? Swimmer Spencer. Like, I'm gonna range the shit out of this park. Well, I mean, like, I guess 17 isn't technically a failed anything, but you know, being swallowed up by an eldritch horror monster and stuff, and kind of does tend to rein in the impulsive tendencies.
think I'd honestly just be a baker with one kind old Appleton who's never battled being partner. Kind of experience puts a lot of things into perspective, that's fair. This is one of the few Tentacruel sprites where it actually looks like it's got like the 100 tentacles or whatever. Though the one in Pokemon Red and Blue where Tentacruel's folding its arms is still pretty badass. Actually, no, I think I'll just leave Macchiato in and go for the neutral Razor Leaf. Hitting the nooch. I'm so glad Wrap doesn't work like it does in Gen 1. My trainer needs to visit Maddie's to help teach how to make malasadas. Oh. Yeah! The sea's great and all, but I like the mountains too. Oh, I see. He's actually a hiker. Just when he shaves off the beard and all the body hair, he just looks super skinny. It's like the full body version of having a baby face. Hey, don't scare away the fish. Bro, it's like all freaking jellyfish out here. Claude. Claude has advanced forward. Beamsh. Come on and slam. Behind the counter, there's a giant fluffy pet bed where my Appleton sleeps 22 hours a day. I feel like at the very least, you'd probably also have like an Alcremie and fuck, I cannot think of the name. I feel so bad right now. I really like it. Slurpuff. Fido. I do really like Fido a lot. Also, Automod held the word Fido. Yeah, like, what's wrong with Fido? Like, freaking, Automod run by a, shit, man, I can't think at all today. No, Automod run by a Hydreigon confirmed. We're talking about fairy types too much. Yeah, macchiato time. Honestly, like, I won't lie, the Gen 9 Pokemon roster is so amazing. But in general, I just feel like Pokemon has been, like, on an absolute hot streak with designs since Generation 5. I don't think they've missed even once since then. Sorry, I was just so frustrated from not catching anything. Little Knackley as well, maybe. Gen 9 had some of my favorite Pokemon since Gen 5. It really, they were firing on all cylinders for Gen 9 for sure. Sheesh, I haven't caught a thing. Could this place actually be a giant pool or something? What? No, there's not even, like, a cue ball or anything. Keep me company till I get a hit. Like on your Instagram? Fisherman Nolan. Though taking pictures of your fish still reminds me of this one video from a long time ago where a woman, like, caught a fish, pulls her phone out of her pocket. It's like this really big fish. Takes a picture of herself with the fish and turns around and throws her phone back into the lake. And, like, as the phone's flying, you can see the horror on her face of what she did.
I do like a lot of Pokemon from Generation 6 through 8, but 9 has probably become my favorite overall. That's very understandable. Thought about that video in a long while. It's like, it does make me wonder, like, if you were to, like, let's say, be able to somehow, like, pull everything from a lake. You know, like, let's just say you could levitate everything that's in a lake or a river from the, like, up to the top and look at everything that was in there. How many phones would you find? You know, it's one of those things that always, like, lives in the back of my head that I think about. Too many. Because I remember there's this one park my mom and I used to go to that's, like, maybe a 10-minute drive from our house. And it had, like, a nice little river with a bridge over it. Well, actually, I guess it'd be more like a lake, because I don't think it was an actual river. I don't think it, like, went on both sides. But there's this, like, pretty little lake with a gazebo and a bridge that went across it and stuff like that. And whenever we would go there, I would always leave my phone in the car, because I just lived in this constant terror that it would somehow leap out of my pocket or my purse or something and just end up in the lake of its own volition. So, Cole, why is your ducklet doing weird poses? I'm sorry, don't you enjoy Low Kickstarter or Doduo's Bizarre Adventure? Though I do have this, like, whole thing in my head of where, like, I don't know if this would be the same character or maybe, like, a different Sona in the universe or something, where you don, like, a Ladian or a Low Kicks helmet with a long scarf, and, like, the mysterious Low Kicks rider appears, and everyone's like, oh, hey, Cole. Hi, Cole. Oh, cool outfit, Cole. And you're like, damn it! Like the Great Saiyaman, where it's like, you know, he's like, ooh, you know, Videl catches up to him and is like, thank you for your assistance on this matter, miss. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go. And she's like, oh, yeah, Gohan, how'd you get him out of class? And he's like, oh, I just told him I had to go to the bathroom and, that burned some time. Oh, wait, I got a bite. Yeah. Facing the other direction. Genuinely had a good disguise, but still gets recognized instantly. That's what he gets for being voiced by Kyle Hebert. The voice is just too recognizable. I caught my Pokemon at sea. I never would have guessed. I do like that wavy effect, though. That was cool. Swimmer Jack. At the same time, she met Jack. Tap A quickly to not die as fast. I'm sorry, that showed up on my recommended like a couple days ago, and now I have been singing the freaking Shmo-Yoho Bird vs. Camel cover for like the last couple days. Also, it's tap A what? Quickly. How did you know it was me? There's like 5 people in Snowpoint, and I don't think Candace would wear that. It's like, I do have opinions on John Chan's direction he's taken, you know, post-Game Grumps and stuff, but like, it can't take away my nostalgia or the fun. Diver down! Also, really interesting thing, in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, because the swimmers always had Speedos in the Japanese version, but in Gold, Silver, and Crystal specifically, they, like, censored it or /edited it to look more like swim trunks. And it's funny to me that in every subsequent game, they gave up and just let them have their Speedos. Guru would be proud. And now that you've mentioned that song, it will now show up in all of our YouTube feeds. Well, good, it's super catchy. Don't forget the flying eggplant. Tensions were high with this Herman Munster guy.
Where'd you catch your Pokemon?
Everywhere, dude. 'Cause you are underwear to me. When I pull you down, it's ass I see.
Ah, feel the sun and the wind.
No, it's feel the wind and waves. Or the sun and moon. Roland. Didn't we just fight a Roland, or was that Ronald? Dyslexia getting me again. How do you guys tolerate my ADHD for multiple hours? Thank you so much. I unironically appreciate you guys. Just the whole gestures vaguely. I'm also singing the song with you. Yay. By also having it, so we keep getting caught up in other things. You know, that's fair. Give me a sec. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I was going to have to sneeze and then nothing happened. Looks like I'm the one who has to suffer the blue ball sneeze today. The Seadra's looking at me menacingly. Oh fuck, I forgot Seadra has Poison Point. Okay, dodge. The old blue nose. Because, yeah, Seadra's the only, like, at least as far as the early generations go, it's the only non-poison type with Poison Point, and I actually think that's a really fun detail. An actual toxic seahorse. Dot getting all comfy, spreading herself across the desk.
Yeah, I lost.
Poor Dot, like, she was, like, licking herself, like, you know how cats will do kind of the awkward, like, side lick to get their shoulder or whatever? And she kept, like, switching sides like she wasn't sure what angle to do.
I'm sunburnt to a crisp.
I'm something of a crisp rat myself. Walking on this one piece of land. One Piece? It's real? Doo-ba-doo-doo-doo-ba-doo-doo. Damn. I was kind of hoping this nondescript piece of land would have like a hidden item on it. I should check the other spots sometime too. We all have that issue when trying to lick our shoulder. That's fair.
Right now, I'm in a triathlon meet.
Jerome. That's a pretty cool name. Swift is an interesting move as far as like name localization goes, because in the Japanese version it's called Speed Star in English. That's why it launches stars. And I kind of get Swift as the idea, but I feel like it doesn't really communicate the why. Because I remember, like, when I first played Red and Blue, you know, that game's on the original Game Boy, and a lot of the moves can be pretty abstract in, like, kind of you put together in your head what it's supposed to do. But I remember thinking it odd, that even in Stadium, Swift would launch a bunch of stars.
Whew. I'm beat, but I still have the bike race and marathon left.
And we are here in Cinnabar Island, the land of 1,000 soft locks. Cinnabar Jim's Blaine is quite the odd fellow. He's lived on the island since way before the lab was built. Does Froakie learn it? I don't know. I'd have to look that up. Cinnabar Island Pokemon Gym Leader Blaine, the hot-headed quiz master. The door is locked.
Scientists conduct experiments in the burnt-out building. You know, the one they call the Pokemon Mansion? Do you have lots of friends?
I do. They're all really cool and attractive.
Linking up with the usual friends is fun, of course, but how about visiting the Union Room every so often? Who knows, you may end up making new friends. I think it'd be worth your time to check out the Union Room.
Not an XY or Oris.
Pokemon can still learn techniques after canceling evolution. Evolution can wait until new moves have been learned.
I came to visit Cinnabar Gym, but the door's locked tight. There should be a key for it somewhere. Could it be in that burned-out mansion? The gym leader's friend used to live there, they say. You know, it is interesting, in Generation 3, you know, like the volcano erupts and Cinnabar Islands, like nothing is left except the Pokemon Center. And, you know, Blaine moves his gym to the Seafoam Islands. But I do think it's interesting that, like, a lot of the nearby routes and stuff like that will have the Pokemon that used to be in the Pokemon Mansion. So it's interesting that the Pokemon kind of managed to survive and migrate and stuff. Do they have X attack? I like it because it raises attack stat in battle.
Never hurts to have extra items. You never know what might happen.
How many Ultra Balls do I have right now? 16. Let's get 4 more. Oh, I only have 1 Revive? Okay, let's go ahead and get 5. I think Greninja gets Water Shuriken. Well, I know most other depictions, it actually launches like a bunch of stars, kind of like the animation in this game looked. It's interesting, though, because, like, in X and Y, I know this has changed as the games have gone on and other Pokemon, like, got their move lists upgraded. But when X and Y came out, Greninja had, like, I think 3 exclusive moves. Because he had Map Block, Water Shuriken, and I think one other move was a Greninja exclusive as well. Maybe I'm, like, misremembering that, but I know there was Map Block and Water Shuriken for sure. Because I think Chestnut and, because I know Chestnut, originally Spiky Shield was a Chestnut exclusive move. Kind of its signature move. And I feel like Mystical Fire might have originally started as a Brixton exclusive, but don't quote me on that. We study Pokemon extensively every day. People often bring us rare Pokemon for examination. Photo of the lab's founder, Dr. Fuji. The guy from the Pokemon house in Lavender. What a twist. Pokemon Lab meeting room. Hello there. Do you happen to have a Raichu? Would you trade it for my Electrode? No. I found this most remarkable fossil inside Mount Moon. I think it's of a rare prehistoric Pokemon. Greninja Blast, my favorite favorite to get a Victory Bell. The only other Pokemon that gets Map Block is Throw. I don't think it actually got it in Gen 6, though. Because you have a Venonat? Want to trade it for my Tangela? No. Later on, I will catch Pokemon specifically to trade with these two guys. I just don't want to do it right now. Oris Mismagius can learn Mystical Fire through Relearn. Yeah, because I think in Gen 7, Throw got Map Block. And I think also in Gen 7, okay, but in X and Y, it was exclusive to Delphox. Okay. And I think also in Gen 7, we were just talking about it earlier, Excelgor got access to Water Shuriken. I'll teach you a nifty move. Teach you to a Pokemon and watch the fun unfold. It's a move called Metronome. We're not doing that right now. I tell you, it's a lot of fun. An Amber Pipe. Rated E10 for tobacco usage. It's an email message. There are 3 legendary bird Pokemon. Map Block does not exist anymore. Why? There are Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. Their whereabouts are unknown. So they're in the ruins of Alph? We plan to explore the cavern close to Cerulean from Pokemon Research Team. Well, they ain't gonna find birds in there, that's for sure. Eevee can evolve into one of 3 different kinds of Pokemon. Try again. It's crammed full of Pokemon books. Now, the ruins of Olimar is where it's at. Oh. Oh, that's why in the Gen 1 and 2, like, little naming thing, it has PK and M in it. Stands for Pikmin. I should have known. I'm looking for the Pokemon Ponyta. Want to trade one for my seal? No. Oh, well. Hiya. I'm an important doctor. Oh, wait. I am important doctor. Yeah, the Pikmin trainer. Like, okay, I thought that was my dyslexia, but it actually says I am important doctor. I am important doctor. Yes, very much so indeed. Here I study rare Pokemon fossils. All the time I study. Have you a fossil for me? Okay, so this guy just talks weird. Yeah, I have a dome. Oh, that is dome fossil it is. A fossil of Kabuto, a Pokemon that is already extinct. My resurrection machine will make that Pokemon live again. So hurry up and give me that. I take a little time. You go for a walk a little while. I took a little walk. 2 steps. You're late. Where are you? Where were you? Scientist speaks English like it isn't their first language. Your fossil is back to life. It was Kabuto, like I think. Mr. Peeb. Okay, important doctor. Peeb. Pibble. Aerodactyl. Maybe they used the time-traveling device in Scarlet and Violet. The old person soda. Is Mr. Pibb an old person soda? I don't know. I never see Mr. Pibb in bottles or cans or anything. I always see it at places that don't seem to have the license for Dr. Pepper, like restaurants and the drink machine. I had an idea in mind for Aerodactyl, and my brain just completely flatlined. I've done too much thinking today. Ah. It's a brand of ginger ale. Think not even once. Hiya, you come again. Wait. Look, the rare sprite of an actual computer mouse. And a cup of coffee, which you should always keep beside your computer within the reach of your elbow. Honestly, the final boss in Scarlet and Violet was so fucking cool. Yes, indeed it was. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. So that's the meeting room. R&D room. Testing room. This is your brain on think. Saving the game. I forgot the fossils start at level 5 in this game, because when I think in Red and Blue they're level 20 when you get them. Actually felt like I was in danger during the boss fight. I had no idea what I was up against when first fighting it. Same, actually. I don't know, like it really is something that kind of feels like it comes out of nowhere. It's just, it is incredibly well done. Honestly, I mentioned before that I was kind of like on and off playing through Violet. Now that I got the Switch 2 and stuff, and it's got all the, you know, it runs all pretty. And I am very excited to get to Area Zero on the Switch 2 for the first time. It's super cool. I love the riding motif comes back. Going to Celadon real quick. Buy some lemonades before we explore the Pokemon Mansion. I will say, I don't think I'm going to battle Blaine tonight. Also, this is a mistranslation. This is actually supposed to be like Celadon condominiums. It's supposed to be an apartment complex. Actually really looking forward to Wind and Waves because how well done Scarlet and Violet's stories were. I think they've been doing a great job with the stories overall. Gen 8's felt a little bit rushed in certain parts, but I still think they did a great job with the characters and everything. Because, like, Gen 7 also has a really good story with, like, Sun and Moon. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon kind of dropped the ball because they, like... Okay, the original Sun and Moon really committed And then, like, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon start the same plot points and then just never resolve them. Because funny, shiny dragon. But I don't hold that against original Sun and Moon. I think Ultra just, like, they had things they had to do, but they had a limit of what they could really change. I think people were expecting a Black 2 and White 2. Well, no, what people were expecting with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, they were expecting Pokemon Stars on the Nintendo Switch. If anybody remembers that whole fiasco. Because that whole thing, like, the whole fire about that got brought up again recently. Specifically because with... I'm not super comfortable talking about a lot of times, you know, with the whole Giga Leak thing. You know, it turns out, like, Game Freak actually did port Sun Moon to the Switch. But it wasn't ever intended to be a retail product. They were just figuring out how the Switch's hardware works. Well, I mean, like, I try to avoid leaks too, but when, like, I'm watching a YouTube video about something else, and then half the video is about something that leaked. Also, this is going to sound terrible and biased, but I cannot not love the whole roster of unused Pokemon in Gold and Silver from the Space World demo. But then again, that wasn't really a leak. I think somebody just actually got their hands on one of the Space World cartridges and dumped it. It's constantly racked by a headache. When the headache turns intense, it begins using mysterious powers. Me too, Psyduck. Me too. Hey, Maddie, what's your favorite soda? Or drink of any kind, really. Or it can be a favorite flavor of tea or a favorite brand. Carrying on the legacy of Maddie-flavored Psyducks. Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. Snapple? Snapple it is. I have to head off for tonight. Got job tomorrow. Probably should have taken off sooner, but I like talking. Well, I like talking with you too, Rain. It is always wonderful to have you here. Thank you so much for dropping by. I hope you have a very wonderful, restful sleep. Also, Snapple is a really good name because, like, it ties into Appleton, which is your favorite Pokemon. Okay, I was hoping I could find Grimers here, but it looks like that's just a thing in Gen 2.
Hello there. I've seen you about, but I've never had a chance to chat. It must be good luck that brought us together finally. I'd like to celebrate by teaching soft-boiled. Oh god. I'll always be keeping my eye out for you. Hopefully we can chat again.
I'm currently drinking a body armor that's yellow Tropical Punch, but body armor doesn't feel very Psyducky. I might keep that in my back pocket, though. I'll keep it in my pocket and save it like rocket fuel. Yeah, we got 60 in the Pokedex. Oops, sorry if that was a bit echoey. Peach Snapple is my favorite Snapple flavor. I have not had Snapple in a long time. I can't not even remember the last time I've had Snapple. Like, it has probably been at least 15 years, if not more. Granted, it's not something I really go out of my way to drink. Actually, no, I don't feel like doing this right now. I was thinking of going in there, catching a Pikachu, getting a Thunderstone, and trading it to that guy with the Electrode. But in all honesty, that'll take a while, and if I'm going to do that, I'd rather go get a low-level Pokemon that I can level up by, like, you know, fighting all the Caterpies and Metapods. Pokemon Mansion. It's all crumbly and brokenized. Wall. Ooh, easing. Rat. I always forget that the Pokemon in the mansion here are actually kind of high level. Not like crazy or anything, but you know. Wanted to give my favorite flavor of soda, ginger ale, with Canada Dry being the brand I'm most familiar with. Sweet iced tea is probably my favorite drink. Wanted to give an actual answer now that I can think. Ginger ale's good, though. My thing is, like, I'm so picky about ginger ale, I can never find one that exactly has the flavor palette that I like. Because there's one I remember drinking when I was really little, and I don't know what it was, if it still exists, or if it was just like my taste buds being different because I was young. Coughing. We can, after battling 100,000 coughings, we can finally get one of our own. Wanted to just make it yourself. Why didn't I think of that? At least this automatic ginger ale maker that I've had for so long I can finally put to use. God damn it, the 100% poison chance again. Okay, time to get Glacier out of there. You bastard! Why would you do that? Angry. No. I mean, I'm at least glad I didn't knock out any of my Pokemon, but still. Why are so many ginger ale brands green? You know, I remember when I finally got ginger ale as a kid for the first time and tried it, I was surprised that it was like kind of a clearish, silverish color instead of being green. Because I just associated ginger ale with the color green.
Sorry, I infused my essence into ginger ale. Coal ales. It's just what happens when you're typing your name too fast and you don't put the T on there. Are they both just stopping in the middle of the battle to have a snack? That's our macchiato, he do be munchin'. Okay, back to the Pokemon Center. Give me a sec. I'm looking up something on Cerebi that I'm curious about. So I'm seeing what Pokemon learn False Swipe. Farfetch learns it, but it's like level 46. Okay, Scyther gets it at 16. If it's not tea, then you get ale. It's all coming together. I'll admit, I am like super duper tired and I'm kind of winding down. And I don't think I have the energy to do the Pokemon Mansion right now. I think I'm going to go in here and try to see if I can at least catch myself a coughing. But yeah, we got a good 3 hours. No 24-hour stream. Not yet. Hey, if I ever get to the point where I'm doing this full time where it covers my bills, then I'll give you guys at least one 24-hour stream. Maybe at the launch of, like, a new Final Fantasy game or something at some point. Growlithe! Go eep. Dog. I really love both Growlithe and Vulpix a whole lot. Of course, we just recently used Arcanine, well, I guess still using because we haven't beaten Red yet. You know, got old Taki on Crystal. Eep. Honk shoe. Ball. You know, speaking of pupper Pokemon, I don't think I've ever really used Boltund in a playthrough. I should do that sometime. Very friendly and faithful to people. It will try to repel enemies by barking and biting. Maybe when you play Gen 3. I'll keep it in mind for sure. I honestly don't know if anybody, like, outside of the southeastern US is going to even know what that is. But it's like a cherry soda, but it's not a cherry cola. Like, the whole flavor of the soda is cherry. It's definitely good to have as a treat once in a while. Even the diet version, though, can get a little bit overwhelming flavor-wise, for me anyway. I know there was a ROM hack back when, like, Sun and Moon were the newest games that had, like, it was like Pokemon Red, but it had, like, every Pokemon up to Sun and Moon. Not a big drinker. Wow, okay. Listen, I need lots of yummy sodas to wash down all that cheese. Ooh, raspberry. That's right. I don't think you have to put it in your party to take out items in Gen 3. Snapple. Let me go through and make sure I don't have any repeat names. New Limeade, Shading, Chardonnay, Shasta, Arizona, Welch's. Shit, I think I used Welch's twice. And a Coke. I did. Okay, you're getting a new name, Venonat. It's his berry. Let him. Okay, he can have it. Because the Growlithe definitely needs to cure his burns. I mean, granted, I have a clip of my Growlithe getting burned in Crystal, so maybe he does. Fake game trivia. Gonna head out. TDs, have a good rest of your night. Good night, Cole. Thank you so much for dropping by and hanging out. We always appreciate when you're here. Good night, night. And a spicy hot take. Okay, guys, like, my brain's having trouble keeping up. Give me just a sec. Before I go. Okay, well, the hot take's easier because I don't have to actually come up with that. Okay, I'll have a positive hot take. There are a lot of franchises like Mega Man, for example, where almost all the games are really good, and even the worst games in those series are still usually head and shoulders above, like, 80 or 90% of the rest of video games in existence. And honestly, I think Pokemon... Well, not I think. I will flat out declaratively state that Pokemon is one of those series. Pretty much every game in the series has been either great or excellent. And most people who call this or that Pokemon game trash or whatever just haven't played mini games. And I feel like so many vocal people play only Pokemon and maybe like one or two other popular games. So their only frame of reference is just Pokemon. So when a Pokemon game makes them not feel like they did when they were 8 years old, they call it trash. When they don't have any actual experience of probably not even what a mid game is like, much less an actual bad one. Because, like, I may point out the flaws in, like, Diamond and Pearl and stuff like that. But I would still take Pokemon Diamond and Pearl over the greater majority of video games out there. It's still a fantastic game. It's just, I feel like every other game in the series excels even brighter. So yeah, that's my positive hot take, that the Pokemon series is one of the best out there of all time. And as far as the mainline games go, like, there hasn't even been a single game that I would call low enough to even be mid, much less bad. Okay, for my fake game trivia, Persona 3, which is obviously the first game in the Persona series, actually has the 3 in its name because that's how many times they plan to remake it.
Hello, hello. I'm the official name rater.
I double dipped on my Welch. There we go, Juicy Juice, a childhood classic. My mom would always buy me Juicy Juice. I'm playing Reload and that scared me. Mwahahaha. But yeah, Juicy Juice was the juice box my mom would always buy me because they were actually 100% juice and didn't have any extra sugar or anything. We're gonna want the rest of that to be Juicy Joe. He can be Juicy Joe in your heart. That can be his nickname. Yo, what's up? It's your boy Juicy J. About to hit that 55% supersonic. Gosh, Venonat is so baby. I love you, Venonat. Okay, bye, Cole. Actually, Cole, if you want to hang out for like another minute, I'm just gonna wrap up now. I just wanted to get Venonat renamed. But yeah, we actually cleared out 2 gyms today and the fighting dojo. I'm proud we actually made some progress. I feel like the last few times I streamed Fire Red, we got nothing done. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. It's been a good 3-hour stream. I think that's a good one, and I'm getting super tired. So I want to go ahead and have time to kind of like relax and unwind and stuff, get myself some late night den. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna remember to do the streamer thing. I'm gonna see if anyone's online that I can raid. Give me just a sec. Nah, none of the homies are online, so I'm just gonna call it here. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.